And welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast for this week. As you can see, well, maybe you can, and maybe you can't, but the water is much better than it's been in about the last week and a half. And about a 6 out of 10. Clean the water out further. In shallow, the water's sandy, but clean. And it's good, guys. Didn't see much being caught, but the last few days there have been fish coming up in the area, and we'll talk about that and what they're biting on. There's a huge sandbar right there just to the south of the pier. As I was shown in that video, there's a massive sandbar just to the south of the pier. You can see it plain as day at low tide, and if this was about 2 months earlier in the year, we'd be crushing the pompano on it, but right now there's probably whiting on it, maybe a scattered pompano, but definitely drum. In fact, the last few days, Saturday, Sunday, and even today, the reports I've seen and gotten from people is, now, they're not great numbers of fish, but there are fish. Black drum, a couple of redfish, whiting, croakers, plenty of spots and pinfish, scattered speckled trout, bluefish, a couple of Spanish mackerel, and ladyfish, sharks, and catfish. So if you're going fishing in the next 3 days, while the numbers of one particular fish might not be great, there are fish there, so that's a good thing. Fish are hitting sand fleas. Talked to a few guys, they got some drum on sand fleas. They're hitting crab knuckles, fresh shrimp. Fish bites are producing some whiting as well. Pompano, I know everybody likes to catch them. There's a few still in the area, guys. I won't say great numbers, but there's a few, and they can be caught if you know where to look. And that's where? The clean water. Find clean water. Preferably, I'd head like Huguenot north. Look in those areas around the inlets and such. And just try, like I said, you have to find that clean water. If it's dirty, keep driving unless you want to catch a bunch of sharks and catfish. The whiting hitting fresh shrimp. They'll hit clam, they'll hit the fish bites. Speckled trout, they'll hit the live shrimp. They'll hit lures first thing in the morning or right before dark. Catch some finger mullet, they'll hit those. In fact, today I did see a guy throwing a net and he caught a couple of finger mullet in the net, so they're starting to show, guys. That's a good thing. Last year it was around, I have it written down, when I first started seeing the mullet in the surf, it was towards the end of July and like the first week of August. And once they hit the surf, the big trout were right behind them, following them. So that's that. Speaking of the water, 80 degrees here now in Jax. I got in it tonight just to feel it has definitely warmed up, much warmer than it has been, and we know it's only going to get hotter. So keep in mind, as that water gets over 80 degrees, middle of the day fishing usually isn't so good unless you have an overcast day or it's just rained and it's overcast. So try to hit the fish in the surf in the morning and in the evening. Middle of the day, no good. When the pier was open, for the most part, those of us who knew when to fish, you wouldn't see us there in the middle of the day. There was no point. There might be 1 or 2 fish coming up. For the most part, though, very few fish. And it didn't matter what tide. It was just that middle of the day, the hot water, early in the morning, late in the afternoon. That's the keys. But like I said, if it's overcast, then that changes things. Next few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the winds sort of consistent. They're calling for west to southwest, 10 to 12 with gusts to 25, pretty much the next 3 days. Next few days, there's also good chances of rain. It decreases Wednesday and Thursday. So Tuesday looks to be the best chance of rain. And now my dog decided he wants to see what's going on in here, of course. So watch the thunderstorms. There's no fish worth getting struck by lightning, guys. On the pier and on the beach, I've seen it before where storm pops up quickly. And before you even hear that first boom of thunder, the rods start buzzing, the graphite rods. So when that happens, it's time to get out of there. Don't want to stay in that. And the local bait stores, they all seem to have plenty of live shrimp, blue crabs, dead shrimp, fiddler crabs. There are sheephead in the river still. And like I said, the river, if you don't want to hit the surf, river is firing off right now. Flounder, redfish, drum, Plenty of trout, especially at night in the lights around docks. So just remember the limits, guys. Trout, speckled trout 5, 1 over 19 inches. Flounder 5 over 14 inches. So got to remember these new regulations, because you get caught, FWC is not going to cut you any slack, and you don't need to end up paying more money than what your fish are worth. So just don't get caught and know the rules. You can download the My FWC app, and it has all the regulations on there. That's how I have my license. I don't carry a physical license. I just carry it on my phone. So if they approach me and say, "Here you go," and that's it. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys for the next few days. We'll have a water report Tuesday afternoon. If we get these west winds like they're calling for, if it's more west and southwest, that's a great thing, because that'll actually probably get the water where it's even cleaner. But if it's southwest or south-southwest with gusts to 25, it's going to be right back to mud. So let's hope for more west winds versus southwest winds. We might get in the next few days where we have that crystal clear water, and then the first thing in the morning, man, there's going to be some fish cruising that surf. One other thing, there's tarpon, jacks, and kings along the beach as well. There's a school of pogies earlier in the day that I saw getting absolutely demolished, and it looked like tarpon in them. So for those of you who have kayaks, next few days with these west winds, west-southwest winds, right along the beach, it's going to be pretty flat. So that'd be a good day to go out. If you got any reports, comments, questions, leave them in the comments. Join our Facebook page if you haven't. Plenty of daily updates on there, guys, with people fishing all up and down Northeast Florida. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.